In the tundras of old, a celebration is being held in honor of Incaprisan's birth, and the rulers of the great realms of Adria have convened a meeting known as the Colloquy of Kings in order to confer together upon the rebirth of the luminary. Before the meeting, Irwin finds King Carnelian and Rab in the castle courtyard, and tells them of his hopes for the light the luminary can bring to the world. Carnelian has no interest in what Irwin has to say, and leaves more than a little abruptly. Sensing an awkward encounter ahead, Incaprisan follows Irwin to Queen Eleanor's chambers. What will become of the two of them? Jeez, am I gonna witness my own frickin' birth here? Oh man, we sure did him one good. We already listened close last time, so we know what he's got to do. His deal. Oh, actually, that's how we got into the thing, though. Right. Let's, just go ahead and check around outside of the throne room here and see what we got. How many times do I have to tell you, you big galoot? Queen Eleanor's chambers are through that door and on the left. Hurry up before Queen Irwin gets here. King Irwin. Sure, okay. Lucky thing there just happened to be a noob here, so we can overhear the directions and all that. What's up, dude? I wish Lord Robert had never told me about the Book of Irwin. Now I can't stop thinking about what it says about... No, I mustn't think about that. Today we celebrate the birth of Prince Incaprisan, and to heck with everything else. You're goddamn right. Alright. Well, good. So I didn't say howdy here. Goo goo gaga.
Oh, he's so tiny.
Oh, that's my
Can I
little
touch
sister.
him, Lady Eleanor? I promise I'll be careful.
I think he likes you, Jade. He wants to play. He's a very special boy, you know. They call him the luminary. People have all sorts of hopes for him. But I just hope he grows up to be like his father, that he can help people to overcome their problems, just as Irwin does.
I hope he grows up to be nice and kind like you, Lady Eleanor.
Aww. Jeez, that was sudden.
King Irwin!
The colloquy's about to start, Eleanor. Will you hand me the wee one?
Well, here it goes. Man, I'm so tiny.
All right, wee man. Let's go and talk to some scary old men, shall we? Don't worry. Daddy'll look after you.
Oh, Irwin. You don't need to hold on to him so tight, you know. Let the poor boy breathe. Would you look at it thundering away out there? And on such a special day, too. It's making me feel uneasy.
Come on now, Eleanor. There's nothing to worry about. We'll keep you safe no matter what, won't we, wee man?
And what about me,
Hey, you don't need me to protect you, Jade. You've got King Carnelian. Your dad's a force to be reckoned with, and no mistake. Right. We better get this meeting started. I'll see you later, Eleanor.
Good luck. Both of you.
Well, that, as they say, is that. There's someone there. Oh, dear me. Well, you know. So we'll check the bookshelves before we go. Maybe we could scare them. Surprised I'm not scaring them by picking up stuff. Like, whee! Your book is floating in midair! Ultra's gift for us many, bolt by breath of luminary, that I think I've read this already, actually. Serenica, luminary shield. Good lord, man. Alright, well, let's say we get out of here. So we can see what's on the other side. After all, how often is it you get to see this place in functioning order? The actual carpet, you know. Everything like that. Can I read this? No. An old diary of Rabs. Wow, what's that doing in here? Ever since the day I ceded the throne to young Irwin, the lad has poured his heart and soul into making Dundersill the greatest kingdom it can possibly be. He was never raised as royalty, and I must admit, I shared some of my subjects' doubts about whether or not he was truly suited to rule at first. But now I know I made the right choice. He soon gained their trust and respect, and mine as well. The entire nation is united behind him. My dear Eleanor has made a very fine choice of husband indeed, which means I can get on with enjoying my retirement. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, hi there. I can't believe it. Lord Robert's been hiding his magazines under the bed again. It's only been a few days since Queen Eleanor confiscated the last lot. Well, what's a guy supposed to do? You know? I don't know. Whatever. Well, let's go ahead and get started then. Man.
This child, he is the one?
He bears the mark. There's no mistaking it.
She bears the mark.
Dark One riseth, tree descendeth, luminary, man defendeth. Light's mark shineth, hand extendeth. With his coming, black night endeth.
The final poem in the Book of Irwin.
The legends tell us that the Dark One was defeated by the Luminary in the Age of Heroes, bringing eternal peace to the world. But, as I'm sure you haven't failed to notice, monsters walk the land once more. The peace of Erdrea is under threat.
The kingdom of Svadsrust has already fallen at the wicked creature's hands, and King Arnut with it. He will be sorely missed.
And now a child has been born who bears the mark.
To save
Which brings us to the
Cornelia!
reason for gathering here today. What does all this mean for Erdrea?
You speak of the Dark One, of monsters running wild, of the peace of centuries crumbling. But surely, the birth of the child signals an end to our woes. Now that the luminary is among us, the balance can be restored, the peace can be maintained. All is well, is it not?
You believe that the presence of the luminary will ensure that peace prevails? Can you be certain? Forgive me, Lord Robert, but the Book of Irwin contains another poem concerning this matter, does it not?
I'm getting ready to walk out of
It
here.
does. The very first poem. The prophecy. World tree's gift, first of many, bold, bright, blessed luminary. Thy light doth a shadow cast. Lo, the dark one, bleak, black, vast.
What are the two of you implying? That the luminary causes the appearance of the Dark One?
Without light, there cannot be shadow. Without darkness, the stars cannot shine. This has always been the way of the world. Darkness and light must coexist. So, indeed, the birth of the luminary may well be what causes the Dark One to awaken.
Correlation, not causation.
You dare to imply that my son is somehow the source of our troubles? That the luminary isn't a force for good?
You tell that asshole!
Can we be certain that he is? Evil does not always take a monstrous form, after all. You must have noticed the sinister glow emitted by Erdwin's lantern of late. Ever since your child was born, in fact.
Well, what's the motherfucker supposed to do? He's a star. He has two things he can do. He can either glow, or he can just sit there. And he decided to glow. Glow equals light. That's my argument. Do with it what you will.
What are you trying to...
You done made my son cry. Okay, the gloves are off,
Night,
pal.
you know. I have heard it. It sings of Erdrea's destruction.
That sounds like singing to you. That's my baby crying, you know?
King
Strike me
Gustav's
down if
fine.
that's what you must do.
Oh, don't you start.
Yeah, don't you start.
Ominous footsteps approach. We all hear them. As the leaders
Those are
of
just
this world,
stormtroopers.
we owe it to our people to root out even the slightest hint of evil at its source. Even when that source is painfully close to home.
Why don't you just come out and say it? You're asking me to kill my own son. My own flesh and blood. Something happened. Not long before the child was born. I'm sure some of you saw it. A great blinding light shot up from Yggdrasil and set the sky aglow. For a moment, it seemed that night had become day. We saw that same light on the evening he was born. It was shining from the mark on his hand. The child is a force for good. I have never been more certain of anything. He did not give rise to the darkness. He was sent to drive it out. Light and dark are not two sides of the same coin. The light of the luminary is a gift. A gift that will cleanse the world of evil.
A rousing performance indeed. Of course, if you had shown even a whit less conviction, we would have had no choice but to remove the child from your care.
What?
The luminary is the child of Yggdrasil. He alone can bring light to the world. He must be protected at all costs.
I hope you will forgive us our little test, but we had to be sure how strongly you believed. Your face.
Oh, man.
I am satisfied. Send him to Heliodor when he comes of age. He will be trained in all that he will need to fulfill his destiny. We must confer upon the luminary the power to lead us all.
King Carnelian, everyone, I don't know what to say.
Oh, thank God.
Very good. The most pressing item on our agenda is dealt with, and it ended just as I knew it would.
We all know you're just here for the pizza rolls.
Now the matter is settled. Our kingdoms are united in their purpose.
Let all be as Yggdrasil wills it.
That concludes the colloquy. Now, all that remains is to introduce the luminary to his adoring public.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sure he'll love that. You better get back to your meat
My
lovers,
friends,
dude.
I'd like to thank you all for coming. Now, Your Majesty! What is it?
Oh God, it's like Final Fantasy VI.
You must flee the palace immediately. Monsters! Hundreds of monsters!
You know, it's funny in the last video how I talked about that one shot looked like the battle with Magus. That entire sequence actually is very reminiscent of the Cyrus side quest that you do with Frog later in that same game. So I'm not trying to bag on this game or anything, but yeah, you know, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
We're under attack.
Man, get out of here with your
Everyone,
beard.
We have to get out of here now.